Now, back to Home Improvement USA.
Back on the show, Home Improvement USA. Dave Rush joined by Steve Leventhal. And how about some heating and air conditioning, Steve? Are you in the mood for that right now?
Especially when the temperature rises. Yes.
Okay. Well, or goes way down with air conditioning, whatever this season. But joining us right now from Fujitsu General Americas Ductless Heating and Cooling Systems, he is the Vice President and member of Board of Directors for Fujitsu General America, Roy Kutsera. Roy, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me, guys. Glad to be here.
All right, good to have you. Say hello, Steve.
Yeah, everybody should be glad to be on this show, Dave.
That's right. Except probably me sometimes and probably you sometimes because it's so much work, but it's fun. Anyway, Roy, let's talk about this now. Tell us a bit about your company, and then we'll move into some specifics.
Sure. Fujitsu General America is part of a large global organization selling ductless mini splits, which is a ductless heating and cooling product, very familiar to those who have traveled overseas, very popular in Asia and Europe. In the United States, we provide mini split technology to whole homes businesses as well as spot cooling solutions. We sell it into the United States and Canada through this office.
All right. Tell us what a mini split is.
Sure. A mini split is in a central air system, you have your outdoor unit connected to an indoor unit that either sits on top of a furnace or sits inside of an air handler, which moves the air through ductwork to condition the rooms in your home. In a mini split, we are basically condensing that system into smaller components. So instead of losing the capacity through ductwork, we're bringing the air to the individual spaces through smaller indoor units, so that we don't have ductwork in the walls or in the attic, where your conditioning space you don't live in. Instead, the units are typically found in the living space or close to the living space, to be able to condition them much more efficiently.
All right. Tell us what it looks like.
Sure. We have indoor units that vary. You have a wall-mounted unit that looks like an appliance. It's approximately 30 inches wide and about 10 or 11 inches tall and sits about 8 inches off the wall. And it's tied through copper tubing, thin wall copper tubing that runs the refrigerant from the indoor unit to the outdoor unit in a simple single zone system. That refrigerant lines enable us to run the unit. Most of our units are a heat pump, which means that we remove heat from the home and reject it outside. And when we're running it in heating mode, we reverse the compressor and pull heat from the air and introduce it into the home. Despite how cold the atmosphere gets outside, the refrigerant is colder than that, so we can still extract heat from the air to be able to condition the home for heating purposes. We can do that all the way down to minus 15 degree ambient temperature outside and still provide heating to a home.
So let me see if I get this straight, because sometimes I get confused. Right,
really?
Steve?
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sometimes?
A couple times a show, really. But Roy, does this mean you don't need that one unit that's cranking out either the AC or the heat through all the ducts? That just goes away?
Sure. Basically, you have individual temperature control for a space. We have units that go from a one indoor unit to one outdoor unit, all the way up to 8 indoor units to 1 outdoor unit. So you can have an individual unit in each room in your home, set them to different temperatures. One of the most common problems with a central air system in a house is the upstairs is warmer than the downstairs, and in order to get the upstairs cold enough, you wind up having to put a jacket on downstairs. And that's because the ductwork is being provided. It's like an on or an off system, where the ductless mini splits We run inverter technology, which means that they're running off of variable speed compressors that can ramp up or down to provide just the amount of cooling needed wherever it's needed in the home. So if you're not occupying a room, you're an empty nester, or you're away at work, or you're only going to bed at night, why condition the entire home when you're only in a portion of the home? Condition the part that you're using to save energy.
Exactly. Okay, Steve.
Well, yeah. So my question was: Is this something to retrofit a house, or are you really looking at new construction when you're planning to build, let's say, or remodel your house?
You can do either. We have equipment that, again, let's say that you have a central air system and you're going to add an addition to your home. Instead of extending the ductwork on your central air system, taxing the compressor, consuming more energy, it's easy to take that addition and have it be separately controlled by a mini split instead of having, say, a window unit or a PTAC be installed. Having the mini split installed will give you a quiet, cool, comfortable way of conditioning that space without putting any additional burden on your central air system. For new construction, we do it through Energy Star Homes. We'll put mini split technology in for whole home solutions. And we also have a commercial product that goes all the way up to 30 tons of capacity. And they can be mated together in banks to control whole high rises with this type of technology.
All right. Very interesting. Roy Kutsera is with us. He's the Senior VP and member of the Board of Directors for Fujitsu General America. And we're talking about their ductless heating and cooling systems here on the program. So maybe I might be a perfect example for this. I have a condo in Arizona, and my AC unit is about 20 years old now. It needs work. I was thinking about totally getting rid of it and getting a new one. But something like this might work instead, right?
Yes, we could, instead of when you install a central air system from scratch in the house, you have to give up closet space in order to run ductwork. A lot of times homes in the United States are designed for heating applications, and the ductwork was sized for much smaller because you use smaller ductwork when you're heating. So when you try to run central air through the same ductwork, it doesn't work as efficiently. In Arizona, obviously, you wouldn't have the heating concern, but you would have concern over the ability to install a replacement system. Many areas of the country have, if you start to adjust anything with the ductwork needs to be recertified, and you have to incur the expense of recertifying all the ductwork in your house when you might only be making a change to a small addition to your home. But we could drill a hole, about a 3-inch diameter hole that runs the copper tubing lines, the drain line, the electrical line from the indoor unit to the outdoor unit, and be able to add one or multiple indoor units, depending upon how much of the home you would like to condition.
All right, Roy Kutsera with us. What about cost on some of these things? What are we looking at?
The payback for our mini splits is extremely well, because we can save you somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 to 40% on your utility bill compared to the central air alternative. The cost of the equipment is a little bit more upfront, but the labor is a little bit less because compared to installing the ductwork, we're just running copper tubing lines throughout the home instead of having to find places to put ductwork in registers. Because of that, we wind up with a relatively short payback on savings to pay for the air conditioning equipment.
Okay. And where are you selling most of these? Homes, businesses, combination of the two? Where's the thrust of your business so far?
We actually sell a lot in both residential and commercial applications. You can go to a small hometown today and you'll find us in pizza parlors and bakeries and shops, as well as you'll find us in school systems and nursing homes and high-rise buildings. And then in residential applications, we do everything from a garage that's being converted in Florida home to a log cabin in Montana. We see that the retrofit opportunities tend to be in the northern climate homes. We do an excellent job on the heating side of the equation, and that enables consumers to qualify for rebates from the utility or the government. That varies state by state.
All right, Roy, well, give us your website and where people can find out more.
Sure. Come visit us at ConstantComfort.com. That's www.ConstantComfort.com.
All right, ConstantComfort.com. Fujitsu General America, ductless heating and cooling system. Roy Kutsera with us. Roy, thanks very much for coming on the program, and good luck to you with all of this. It sounds like it really makes a lot of sense, and I don't see why you're not going to make a lot of headway with this.
Well, thank you very much for having me on the show. Appreciate it, guys.
All
Have
right.
a great day.
All right, Roy. Take care very much. Steve, good idea.
Oh, yeah. I see you contacting him off air trying to make a deal.
Yeah, really. Roy, you know, you got to advertise these things out there. No, I'm not going to do that. That's not the way we operate here at Home Improvement USA, or at least we don't tell anybody that we do anyway. So with Steve Leventhal, I'm Dave Rush. It is Home Improvement USA, and we invite you to our websites, homeimprovementusa.com and homeimprovementusa.fm. Good information up there. You can also listen to us stream 24/7 home improvement programming, variety of shows at homeimprovementusa.com.